UFO sightings are now rampant. Worldwide. Everyday occurrences. These are flesh-eating predators from other star systems. Here, as hunters of exotic creatures and animals on safari, or agreeable or disagreeable scientists and geneticists from other galaxies who are marking their territories just like all predators do. They are looking for test subjects, for genetic engineering, or for bizarre experimentation, or abundant food supply for their star systems, or for slaves or just trophies. Once the man gently be released with their children, a first come, first served, free for all grab, because time would be of the essence. A winner takes all grab, and all you can eat, and all you can eat smorgasbord, and a merciless, unencumbered, savage bloodbath. Do you get the picture? Then here comes the meteorite showers, and the mad rush to get off the surface of the planet with their bounty before the showers hit. Those that escape being captured will be totally annihilated by the purging fires. If you think this is a joke, then go ahead and laugh while you can. Your underground bunkers and your primitive weaponry would be no match, useless, against their advanced laser technologies and their advanced tunnel. There will be no safe zone or ultimate protection, because you will be attempting to cheat nature, King Kong. Wishful thinking. The law is for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. There are no amendments to the nature's laws. You can forget that. Enough ranting and raving. Now let's return to the materialization.
Across the world, a deadly attack unfolds. The capital and most of central Washington are vaporized, replaced by a crater over a half-mile deep. More than 1/3 of the nearly 700,000 residents in Washington, D.C. are killed in the initial onslaught. And the entire upper echelon of the U.S. government is eliminated in a blinding flash.
This would have the effect fire and brimstone, cross your fingers.
It's a fight for survival against an alien invasion.
You look up, it's a night sky.
They strike with more powerful weapons than we've ever seen. From energy beams to biological warfare.
Our entire body would not feel longer. We would begin a
identical attacks destroy tech centers at One Wilshire, Los Angeles, California. Telehouse, Paris, France. Global Switch, London, England. And Equinix in Palo Alto, California.
Came over here and started to work immediately with Lucky. His name was Subakov, I believe was his name. Anatoly Subakov. Alexei Subakov. Okay. What we've got here, like I mentioned, is basic alien technology that was adapted for us. Paul Benowitz, once again, he developed the shape of this aircraft, as well as how the bombs were to be dropped. He was also into other projects through Los Alamos. This is in Saudi Arabia, and I'll tell you a few statistics about this during the Gulf War. Would you like to borrow this? No, sure. Thank you. During the Gulf War, this particular aircraft have 4 large bombs underneath. They're called smart bombs, cruise missiles, and also rockets and machine gun fire, Vulcan cannon style, but even more advanced than that. I don't really know quite about that. There was one pilot that sat in here. He literally had to be crammed in, actually right up in here, and to literally wedge him in there, and took a certain weight and size of individual in this aircraft. And
some pop and smoke some weed.
To realign themselves, or do you prefer the life on this planet? Your kingdom come on earth as it is in Orion, for the great day of the rapture will come for those aligned, where they will be taken aboard the great craft, there to be taught by Sananda Tammuz for a period of one day, which could be 1,000 years, then to return as teachers of the survivors. This will be preceded by 7 great thunders. As a being from another galaxy, I am capable of doing things that are considered extraordinary to beings who can't perceive these things now, but you will. You see, an omnicron, a form of energy you don't have as of yet. It is 1:15. We are outside of your star or sun's rays. Thus we have no need of them. We split atoms the same way cells split atoms. Our crafts run 15 on the element chart. 115 is a theoretical atomic number on the periodical chart, which places it well beyond any element known on your planet Earth. Element 115 is a super heavy substance that powers the reactors in extraterrestrial crafts. We have the energy of 1 million atom bombs, called Delta, or the third field, which makes intergalactic travel possible. We have a complex network of pathways through black holes to link galaxies to galaxies in hyperspace. We learned long ago to break time barriers by going back to zero time reference. We travel thousands of light years in one day in 1,000 years. I am often asked, How will it happen? How will we all get 100,000 light years away? Well, it is called warping space and time by MUKHLASYYNA, or exotic matter. How? It can be used to manipulate space-time. It is possible to modify space-time in a way that allows Hinuat, Manjet, or Binu crafts or spaceships to travel at an arbitrarily large speed by a purely expansion of the space behind the craft and the opposite contraction in front of it. A motion faster than the speed of light, which is exactly 186,282.396 miles per second, or 299,792.458 kilometers per second, reminiscent of warp drive. When in warp mode, the craft would not be actually traveling forward at all. The rate of acceleration will be zero, and for each being inside, who must have taken liquid gold, Inbu, and transformed to zero time reference, the gold powder had magic powers, or it is drunk as a liquid gold and would take you to a mystic place called MUKHLASYYNA, where you meet the Nitiru and become one of them. Here, then, in this form, at the speed of light, travel will only require minimum time and minimum fuel. The chunk of space-time will seemingly move from in front of the craft to be relocated behind it by means of contraction and expansion respectively. Yet, what is necessary to make it possible is the exotic matter to generate alteration of space-time. You see, space is not empty. So the craft will have to rest in a warp, bubble, or pocket between the two space-time distortions. Exotic matter or liquid gold is matter which has a gravitational attraction of less than zero, as each of you must become, taking 9 steps backwards or becoming matter with the property of a negative energy density, unlike normal matter, which has a positive energy. This exotic matter comes down from the radiant kingdom of Nitiru within, and is not sold in the beast man's health food stores, so don't believe the hype. A true quantum physics incarnated one can transform into a craft or use quantum mechanics. This can make him be at 2 places at one time, or even 4 places through quantum entanglement. Particles millions of light years can be connected without physical contact. Space-time can be manipulated. Beings can be teleported that are gravity-resistant matter. Flesh, once transformed, can travel as ether, transport as hyper-dimensional shift. So space and time must be bent in order to transport the beings over long spaces of time, as one day to the Anunnaki is like 1,000 years to you. So you see, Conan, the angel Melchizedek, Dr. Malachi York, comes to us from the 4th plane, the mental plane, where the angelic beings are living, called Malakut, the realm of the angelic beings. Malakut is the pathway where spiritual beings come into. It is the gateway through the vortex. It breaks on this realm and start going up higher. What makes Melchizedek able to communicate with the higher forces is the angelic forces in him that are double that of a normal man, which is 360 degrees of will, 180 degrees of agreeable, and 180 degrees of disagreeable. Melchizedek, or Malachi Zodoka, is the highest of all, 360 degrees of spiritual being Anunnaki, and the highest of human beings, 360 degrees of physical being, 720 degrees in all. Thus, he has been on earth.
Get us back to base!
How thick do you think that ice wall is? Oh, I know!
What are you doing?
Light speed skipping! How do you know how to do that? Yeah, well, Ray's not here, is she? Last jump, maybe forever. Hold on!
Since the beginning of your time.
You'll never take me alive! Oh.
This all makes sense when we refer back to Diop, who says, these blacks, the Anu, were probably the first to practice agriculture, to irrigate the valley of the Nile, build dams, invent sciences, particularly astronomy, arts, writing, the calendar. They created the cosmogony contained in the Book of the Dead, texts which leave no doubt about the Negroness of the race that conceived the ideas. In other words, great black people often became worshipped as great black gods and goddesses. The Anu are black people from the Sahara, not no fucking fallen angels that made it with women and created giants.